How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport, and it's maintenance day on the 63 Austin Healey Sprite, a rat rod racer that sits right behind me. It's a car that I've kind of dove into just building for fun and got a lot of modification done to it. And let me tell you, this car is extremely fun. Now, it is not perfect by any means, but I enjoy driving it on the weekends. It's a little scary, guys, but it's a really cool car and it gets a lot of head turning. So I want to take it out this Sunday, and it's Friday. Need to change the oil. I have some leaking coming from the valve cover gasket, so we got a new gasket for that. And I've got some fresh oil filter, and I want to try to change out the diff fluid as well because I haven't done that yet. So let's get under the car, and then I'll take it for a drive and take you guys along with me. So let's get going. Oh, before we dive into it, I've got a bag of gaskets here I picked up years ago, and there should be a valve cover gasket down in there. Yeah, there it is, the cork one here. So we'll be using one of those cork gaskets. I got some diff fluid here. It is 75W90 gear oil that we're going to use, and I picked up some Valvoline VR1 racing oil that came with the filter. I do have the twist on conversion, so I went ahead and got the filter that came with it that'll work on that conversion. And then I got some other things because we need to fix some of the electrical components. The fuel pump actually went out on me the other day because the wire came loose that we kind of connected up there. So I'm going to put a new connector on that, and let's get going. I'm gonna go ahead and add the oil back in. When I looked online, it said about 3.5 quarts. So I'm gonna go a little bit over 3. We'll check it and add more as needed. And for my personal documentation, this oil filter right here fit perfect. It's a CarQuest, and according to what they said, it's actually made by Wix. So it's technically a Wix filter, and it came free with the oil. So I'm very happy with that. And using this piece here to take off the oil filter was a lifesaver, because last time I had to poke it with a screwdriver and try to crank it off like that, a complete mess. This made it really, really easy, and you can access it. So let's go ahead and add the oil, and then we'll move on to the other things. I already went ahead and removed the fill bolt. I'm going to remove the drain bolt now. Hopefully that comes off nicely. And at least there's fluid in there. It looks pretty nasty, but there's definitely some fluid in there. Pretty much exactly 1 bottle. Got it topped off, so you need 1 bottle. I bought 2 just in case, but it looks like 1 bottle. We'll get that little bit of drip coming down. Now I can wipe that down and put our plug back in. We're good to go. Well, since all that went so smooth, I decided let's go ahead and knock out the transmission fluid. Didn't know if I'd have enough time, and honestly, I didn't know what fluid went in there. Did a quick research and found out it's the same oil that we put in the car, so 20W50. Just make sure it's non-detergent, and From what I know, this is non-detergent. If it is, let me know in the comments, but I don't think there's any detergents in this. This is the non-synthetic VR1 20W50, and I read online some people have already used this, so I'm thinking this is going to be totally fine. In order to access your fill plug, it's going to be located right under this tunnel here. Pull back, and you got your little rubber cap here. You pull that rubber cap off, and there is a bolt. I found an 18mm socket to fit on there. You want to make sure you crack that open first, because you don't want to have a surprise after draining your fluid that maybe somebody stripped this out and it's not something you can get to easily to get out. So if you can't get that bolt off, you might as well leave it, especially in my circumstance, but I was able to crack that loose. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack that completely out, drain it from the bottom, and then we'll go ahead and fill, and you fill right up to where the threads are. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll kind of fill you in how much fluid it takes because I'm not 100% sure, but let's go ahead and do it. I can tell it was definitely low because I looked at the level before emptying this. Not much in there, actually. Well, I gotta say the fluid definitely smelled like gear oil in the transmission. Nothing crazy wrong with that, but it does call for the 20W50 standard oil. That should go in there, so that's what we're gonna use. And of course, there's some pieces of metal caught up in the magnet. Nothing super crazy, but you can see some chunks came out with it. No big chunks, more just little shavings from missed gears. So nothing crazy, so that's good. We'll go ahead and put the new fluid in. I think this thing's gonna drive a little bit better now too. Glad I did this. Well, guys, all finished up with everything I wanted to accomplish on this episode, plus added in the transmission fluid change, which really needed to be done because it was definitely low and that fluid looked really bad. So I'm glad that I got it swapped out. Can't wait to see how much smoother this thing shifts because it wasn't that bad before. Now, also went ahead and changed out the wire connector for our fuel pump so that doesn't get shut off anymore because that really needed to happen. Also, the valve cover, like you guys saw, the valve cover gasket was leaking like crazy. And now that I got it apart and put the new valve cover gasket in, it is starting to seep. Now, I did go ahead and run the car for a little while. Also found a fuel leak that I went ahead and sealed off on the carburetor. So that's all taken care of. Do have a carburetor rebuild kit, so I'm going to be rebuilding the whole thing. So not too concerned with it, but it doesn't seem to be leaking after letting it sit overnight and starting it today. But our valve cover is starting to seep along the sides, and that is mainly because I think it needs these washers that go on here, and one of them just happened to not be on there. I don't know when it disappeared, but I decided to take the other one off to make it sure it was level, but I definitely want to get some sort of washer on there. I can see if I can order the stock ones that go on there because they're definitely unique to going over those rubber pieces. Outside that, everything else went extremely smooth. The diff fluid changed out very easily. No bolts got stripped. No bolts were stuck in place. And I didn't even use any penetrating fluid. So a very, very easy job. I'm very excited about taking this car. Now, ironically, I just finished up. It is Saturday, and I did plan on taking this thing out Sunday, but I wanted to take it around the block just to kind of make sure everything was good. And it started to rain. Now, I think it's going to be a quick one, so I will take it back around the block just to make sure everything's looking good, and then I'll pull you guys in the car and we'll go for a ride as well. around all day. Actually took it a lot longer than I expected, and she performed absolutely amazing. No crazy leaks. Everything was within temps. I'm just happy, guys. I'm happy this thing is finally running really well. There are a few things I still need to look at, as always with these cars. My clutch started to stick a little bit, and the brakes are just not where I want them. So I think I need to rebleed the whole system. Maybe take a look at these front pads. Outside of that, absolutely love this car. It is such a weekend blast car to drive. You guys have an awesome day and a blessed week. I'll catch you on the next one.